Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are a YouTuber, a content creator, a social media manager, kind of anyone in this industry, you probably have heard about the changes to the YouTube Partner Program, and that is what I'm going to be talking about with you guys today. I always tell people not to start a video with an apology, but I do just want to give you an FYI that I normally don't film on days like today. There was a lot of construction going on, so it is a little bit loud, but I felt like it was important to get this video out in a timely manner, so I'm going to talk really loud and hope that I drown out some of the noise. So, in case you haven't heard, the new criteria to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program, which is essentially the way that you monetize your videos on YouTube, the new criteria is 4,000 hours of watch time in the past 12 months, as well as 1,000 subscribers. So you can't have one or the other, it has to be both. You have to fit both criteria. This is a change from last year, which was 10,000 total views, I wanna say. Let me check my sources. 10,000 cumulative views was the criteria set last year. So a lot of people are understandably very upset about this, and I wanna be very careful about this video. This is why I didn't film it like the day that it was announced. I didn't want to do like a rash video because I wanted to sit down and really think about it, talk to other creators, and get an understanding from both perspectives. So I'm going to try to be as objective as I can, having been somebody who has been, you know, a small YouTuber. I mean, we were all small YouTubers at one point. I still consider myself a small YouTuber, but I guess like that's a very small YouTuber. I can understand and I can feel for those people, but I also see things from YouTube's point of view to some extent. So let's talk about it, and more importantly, let's talk about what you can do to fix this or to get yourself monetized again, because that's what I care about. Like, we can whine and complain all day, and there's lots of rant videos, and I feel for those people, and I understand their want or need to vent, but this is going to try to be a little bit more constructive, let's say. So first thing, I totally understand how smaller creators feel. I think it's sort of a slap in the face to small creators, to be completely honest, because the thing that really drove YouTube to make a change in their partner program, in my opinion, was this, you know, just the stuff that's been going on YouTube, the Logan Paul stuff, filming dead bodies, all the hypersexual stuff, the, you know, terrorist stuff, like all of these crazy things that understandably advertisers do not want to pay for. They don't want to pay to put their ad on a video that shows a dead body. Like, you know, they don't want to do these things. So I totally get that YouTube needed to make a change, and I'm very grateful that they did make a change, because to be honest, YouTube has become a kind of place that I don't even want to be associated with when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it's good that they're seeking change, I guess. However, I'm not sure that this is the best route to go down, because I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I don't see people who have under 1,000 subscribers typically taking advantage of their influence or their platform. Typically, they're just trying to make it. They're just trying to get their videos out there. You know, it's always the big YouTubers that I hear about doing something stupid or inappropriate. But then I sat down and thought about it, and I was like, you know, Logan Paul has like millions of subscribers or something like that. That's why I hear about it. I'm sure there are small creators who do things like that, and we just don't hear about them. Maybe not to that extent, but definitely small creators who do, you know, drug stuff or sexual stuff or just inappropriate things that advertisers don't want to pay for, like I said. So I'm sure that it happens more than we know. It's just that they're not a big voice, so we don't hear about it. So I want you guys to think about that too. When we talk about, oh, it's the big creators who do these stupid things and ruin things for everybody, I don't necessarily always think that's true. I think they're just the most publicized. Again, though, I still do think it's sort of a slap in the face to small creators, because they're the ones who build this platform. I mean, I know small creators who are more dedicated than I am to posting videos, who are more dedicated than Logan Paul is. Numbers don't necessarily reflect work ethic, that's for dang sure. And so it's unfortunate. And I wish that they would have went about this in a different way. I wish that at the very least they would have grandfathered in people who are already on the partner program. I think that's the only fair way to do it. I have no problem with them putting this criteria on for people who sign up tomorrow, you know what I mean? But for the people who were accustomed to it, I just don't get how that's fair to like rip something away from them. That's all the ranting I'm gonna do. Let's get into the YouTube perspective of things, I guess. And that is, I totally 100% support having new creators have to wait until this criteria for a couple of reasons. Never mind the inappropriate stuff, the suicide forest stuff, all of that. Like, let's just forget about that. Just from an intention perspective alone, I fully support this concept because I cannot tell you how many clients, how many friends, how many people come up to me and are like, oh my gosh, you have a YouTube channel, that's so cool, I'm gonna start one. And the first thing they ask me is about money. And to be honest, it's kind of annoying. Like, it's very annoying and honestly a little bit disrespectful. And like, I honestly get a little offended by it, because if people think that the reason that I do YouTube is for money, that makes me sad, because I do this because I love it, and I've always done it because I love it. I started YouTube before I even know that monetization was a possibility. I legitimately had no clue until I was like, oh, it has like an analytics feature over here. Oh, what does this do? And then I started clicking some buttons and realized, okay, cool, I'll make a few pennies for my work. That was never the intention. That was never the goal. It still is not the goal. I just want you guys to know. And I know that I'm not a big creator, but I know a lot of people will look at, oh, 11,000 subscribers, she must be making something. That is not the goal. My YouTube AdSense money is something that I don't even really budget for or think about. I do get paid every month through YouTube, but it is not, I couldn't live off of it. Let's just be honest. Like, I couldn't live off of it. It's a few bills, if that. And I have been doing this for 5 years and it's still not a full-time job. 5 years. That is a really long time. If you worked 5 years at any other job and you weren't making enough to pay your bills, you would probably quit, right? And that's why I don't consider YouTube a job, because it is something I enjoy that I happen to get paid a little tiny bit for. So without going too much on a tangent, it is really important to me that people who start out on this platform do it because they love it. And I think that putting monetization on their videos immediately kind of helps breed this culture of clickbait, of who can do the most scandalous things for views, of, you know, who can buy the most subscribers. Yeah, it kind of fosters like a really ugly culture, I think, because when I started, and even before I started, like in the early days, I started kind of like mid-range when we're talking about YouTube maturity, I guess. In the early days, nobody got monetization. And, you know, that's where these people who really were just passionate about what they did and really innovative. And now it's like, let's copy the biggest YouTubers so we can try to make YouTube money like them. And it's just not a fun community to be a part of, to be completely honest. So yes, I'm totally for it moving forward, but the people who are already on it, it's not fair, like at all. I totally agree with you guys and I feel for you. And you know, a lot of people probably did get accustomed to the small bit of money that they were making, or were really looking forward to getting payment and things like that. And yeah, it sucks. They should have grandfathered people in, end of story, but I'm totally for starting it with new people. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's get down to what this all means. First thing first, I think in the long term, this is going to be a good thing. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to hear, especially those of you who are dealing with getting fired essentially today. And I want to be super sensitive about how I'm saying this. You know, I feel for you guys. Let's put that aside. Let's pretend like that part didn't exist, which I know is hard to do. But I think over time it is going to increase the quality of content, because we are going to have people on the platform who want to just be good at what they're doing, who want to help people, who want to educate people, as opposed to people who just want to get famous and rich. And I think that's going to be a good thing overall. It's also going to mean a bigger piece of the pie for the YouTube partners, who ideally would be the people who are working the hardest and putting forth the most effort. Although, like I said, a lot of small creators were eliminated from that should be in that bucket, which isn't fair. It's not fair. I can't say that enough times. I don't want to offend anyone, but ideally that is how this would work, that the people who are serious about this, you know, would get a bigger piece of the pie, and it will help us all in turn. Because right now, you know, me and my boyfriend were talking about this last night. Like, I get so annoyed when I see an illegally downloaded music clip uploaded to YouTube and it has an ad over it. Like, that ad money could be going to my channel. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it'll be nice when that's fixed. Wish that the serious small creators could be a part of that and benefit from that as well though. But really, the most important point that I want to drive across here is that YouTube money does not pay the bills for most people. Yes, when you start getting a lot of views and things like that, you do start to make quite a bit of money. I know a lot of people who make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but it is not the norm. And when you have under 1,000 subscribers and under 4,000 hours of watch time, you're not making thousands and thousands of dollars. You're probably not even making hundreds of dollars. I want to say that it took me a year, at least a year, before I even got my single first AdSense payment for $100. So in case you didn't know, you have to wait until you hit $100 in your AdSense payments to actually get paid out. So yeah, most people end up waiting a year or more it took me so long. So I don't want to minimize people's feelings about this, because I do think it's kind of a slap in the face, and like from an ego perspective, I would be annoyed. Like my ego would be bruised. I would feel unappreciated. I totally get it. And even me, you know, neither of my channels got kicked off, but I still kind of feel like it could have been me. They could have made the requirement higher. You know, I don't get a ton of views. I don't have a ton of subs. So yeah, so I get it from that perspective. But from like an actual financial perspective, I don't want people to freak out. You're maybe missing out on $5, $10. I don't know. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, is that big of a deal? No. So I don't want you to hang yourself up on that and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna make any money off of YouTube, because once you start hitting those criteria, you're going to be in a better place anyway, and you're going to start seeing regular payments. Because I got my first $100 paycheck, and then it was like another like 6 months or something before I got another one, you know what I mean? So you'll be at a good speed once you hit that criteria, where you actually probably will get paid every month, as opposed to like waiting once a year to get that single paycheck. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I really don't want people to freak out about the financial aspect. And I know that $10 is a lot to some people. I know that that means going out to eat one day. I know, you know, I know that I don't want to minimize and like speak from a place of privilege, like, oh, it's only $10. Like, I get it. Everything adds up. But, you know, again, in the grand scheme of things, like, is it a life-changing amount of money? No. So just try to be level-headed when you're thinking about this. I know it's hard because a lot of us are coming from a place of emotion right now. But yeah, just try to, you know, think about things in that light and understand that you're not really losing out a ton. This has taught us a couple of things though. One, we see that YouTube is really caring about watch time. The fact that they put a criteria for watch time on there is important, because I think that this means a couple of things. I think it means, one, that just like Instagram, they're starting to wise up to the fact that people are buying subscribers sometimes, or doing like sub for sub and kind of like illegal tactics of getting followers, and they want to discourage that. So I think I'm totally for that. I think that prioritizing watch time over subscribers, I've always said that. That's why I was so excited when I hit 1 million views. I know that's not watch time, but views is always more important to me than subscribers, because it's obvious from the amount of views that I get on my videos that I have a lot of you know, hangers on, subscribers who subscribe to me who aren't here anymore for whatever reason. They don't watch my videos anymore. And so what value does that bring me besides a vanity metric? So this new criteria is really proving that YouTube cares about that too. So a couple of things that you can do to increase your watch time on YouTube. Number one, don't clickbait. You know, make sure that your title, your thumbnail is representative of what the viewer is actually going to get, because you don't want to just get clicks and get a one view. You want to have people actually sit through your entire video, and one thing that's really going to help with that is giving them what they expected. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing, you know, I know clickbait gets people clicks. That's why it's called clickbait. But at the end of the day, it's not helping your channel. It might help you in terms of number of views, but it's not helping your watch time typically. Second thing, utilize your playlist. So whenever you share a video from now on moving forward, don't just share the video. Share it in a playlist. So categorize your videos by playlist, whether it's beauty videos, you can even get really granular and do eyeshadow tutorials, lipstick tutorials, whatever, social media tips, vlogs, what travel diaries. Organize them by playlist and then share the playlist when you share a video. So just go to the playlist, click on the video, and then it should populate, and you can use like bit.ly or something to trim the link so it's not that big ugly long playlist link. Share that, because then when somebody clicks on your video, if they like it, they're just going to continue watching the playlist, or at least get an introduction of the other kinds of videos that you have, and it's going to help over time get you more minutes of watch time. Next, utilize your cards features. I'm really bad about this. I use my end cards, but I don't use like the mid the things that pop up right here ever, and I should be, because you know, at the end of your videos, it's the same kind of thing as a playlist. If somebody liked the video that you just were in, they can keep watching more videos of yours if you use a little card at the end. You don't ever want to just have somebody watch your video and be like, okay, that was cool, close the laptop. That's not what YouTube wants. YouTube wants people to stay on the platform for a really long amount of time. And lastly, you know, ask people to subscribe to your channel. I'm pretty bad about doing this too. I throw it in at the end, but you know, share it with your network, share it with people in your personal life if you're comfortable. I don't like promoting my videos on my personal profiles. I don't want every person I've ever met in my life to watch my videos, so I don't personally do that, but if you're comfortable, do that. You know, share it out on your Twitter once in a while, link it in your profile, like just ask. You can't get things if you don't ask for it. I've been really trying to be serious about that this year, just in terms of my business, not necessarily YouTube, but like I never ask for things. I never tell people I'm looking for clients. I never advertise myself, and it's really important because what is the tenant, or I don't know, there's like some, I think it's biblical, it's like thou shalt not, I don't know, you can't get anything if you don't ask for it. That was really dumb. Okay, so anyway, I hope that this cleared some things up for you guys. I would love to hear in the comments what you guys think. I don't want to be insensitive, like I said that a million times, but I also just want you guys to look at big picture and not freak out. Just keep doing what you're doing and eventually you'll be there. It's not really that much. It's not a huge amount of subscribers or views or anything, and you will get there if you continue making amazing quality content, being truthful, honest. Don't clickbait. I am actually going to start doing Facebook Lives hopefully every week, because my podcast is launching next Friday on 1/26. Come hell or high water, it will be launched on 1/26. And so what I want to start doing is doing a Facebook Live every Saturday to sort of just like discuss topics of the week, particularly topics from the podcast. So I will be doing the first one tomorrow on Saturday. I haven't decided what time yet. By the time this video is uploaded, I will have made a decision, so I'll put it down below. But you can go to facebook.com/journeyeast or go to my Facebook group, Money Making Micro Influencer. I'll try to share in there as well. And we'll just be talking about this topic. And I also want to talk about Facebook's new algorithm update with you guys. So make sure to tune in. You can also watch it once it's over if you want. But if you want to be a part of the conversation, try to tune in live. I'll leave the time down below. And yeah, stay tuned for my podcast. It's launching next week. I will be sure to do a video as well announcing it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And I gotta go. I'm running out of time. But I will see you guys very soon in a new video. Bye.